Hello, my dear students. Once again, welcome back to your e-learning classes. Today we will be starting with your supplementary reader book, Moments, and we are starting the new chapter, that is Ishwaran, the Storyteller by R.K. Lakshman. So, before as we are beginning the text with the introduction of the author, so today also we will first give a very brief introduction about the author, because this author R.K. Lakshman, the name is having a similarity with another famous figure, R.K. Narayan. So obviously, yes, you have guessed it right. They have a connection. These two were brothers. As R.K. Lakshman is the younger brother of R.K. Narayan. So as you can see, uh, both are involved into this kind of beautiful story making world. But as R.K. Narayan was an author. Okay, he used to write novels. He wrote stories. Here, R.K. Lakshman, he was popular as a cartoonist. He was a popular cartoonist. He was an illustrator, and he was a humorist. What is a humorist? A humorist is a person who create a kind of fun element which will make people laugh. Okay, something to make people laugh. So he was a cartoonist. Obviously, cartoonist will have the intention to make people laugh by drawing humorous figures. So R.K. Lakshman was famous for creating a character called the Common Man for his daily cartoon strip in the newspaper. He used to give daily cartoon articles in the, like a story, as we can often see in some newspaper. There is a series of cartoon like episodes, like the 2 3 scenes were presented. Again, the person will be waiting for the next day newspaper. So in this way, R.K. Lakshman used to draw cartoon, used to make character, used to make stories for as a cartoonist for newspapers. So he's very famous. He was popular with that character called the Common Man. So now we will be studying the story. We will be reading the story, Ishwaran, the Storyteller. So this is also a very beautiful and funny story. You will love reading it. I'm very sure about it. So along with creating the cartoon characters, R.K. Lakshman was also a story writer. He was also able to write. He used to write some short stories. So this is one of the short story that he had written. So let us start the story. The story was narrated to Ganesh by a young man, Mahendra by name. He was a junior supervisor in a firm which offered on hire supervisors at various types of construction sites, factories, bridges, dams, and so on. Mahendra's job was to keep an eye on the activities at the work site. He had to keep moving from place to place every now and then, as ordered by his head officer, from a coal mining area to a railway bridge construction site, from there a few months to a chemical plant which was coming up somewhere. So this story, the story about Ishwaran, who is Ishwaran? Ishwaran is identified as the storyteller. So we are being we are being here told that this story about Ishwaran, it has been narrated to a person called Ganesh. So someone is narrating the story to Ganesh. Someone has narrated the story to Ganesh. Okay, and that person was a young man whose name was Mahendra. So who was Mahendra? Mahendra's identity was he was a junior supervisor. By profession, Mahendra was a junior supervisor. What is the work of a supervisor? The work of a supervisor is to just go around in different workplaces and look how the works are being done, whether the works are being done properly or not, or whether there is any kind of problem, or people are not doing the things in a proper way, following the rules and regulation, or is there any shortage. So just taking care, like supervising the entire work field, that is the work of a supervisor. So he was in a post of a junior supervisor, okay, in a firm which offered on hire supervisors at various types of construction site. Okay, so his work is to go and supervise works that are going on in different construction sites, not only one particular construction site. So his job was like transferring. Few months he will be staying at a construction site of any factory, or again after a few months he will be located to another construction of a bridge, okay, where a bridge is being constructed, so he has to go and supervise that place. I mean, this kind of dams and so on. So different types of places. So he had to keep moving from place to place every now and then. So his area, where the place where he will live, that is never fixed, that is never certain. Okay, he has to keep moving from one place to another, like from a coal mining area to a railway bridge construction site, from there after a few months to a chemical plant which was coming up somewhere. So different areas. So he had a very wide job experience, as well as he had a very wide traveling experience. Now, Mahendra. Before we start with Ishwaran, we are just having the introduction of Mahendra, who told the story about Ishwaran to his friend Ganesh. So, Mahendra, he was a bachelor. His needs were simple and he was able to adjust himself to all kinds of odd conditions, whether it was an ill equipped circuit house or a makeshift canvas tent in the middle of a stone quarry. But one asset he had was his cook, Ishwaran. The cook was quite attached to Mahendra and followed him uncomplainingly wherever he was posted. He cooked for Mahendra, washed his clothes, and chatted away all his master at night. With all his master at night. Sorry. And chatted away with his master at night. He could weave out endless stories and anecdotes on very varied subjects. So Mahendra, he was a bachelor, he was an unmarried man. His needs were simple and he was able to adjust himself to all kind of odd conditions. So because he was a man and he was not married, so he had no tension of taking care of family life or anything. His needs were very simple: some things to eat for the whole day, a place to sleep, just to take rest and bath and just work and be simple. That nothing else was his need. So because of this simple life, he was able to move from this place to that place so frequently. And not only that, he had a companion. His companion was his cook. So now we are getting who is Ishwaran here. So Ishwaran is Mahendra's personal cook. Okay, who used to cook food for him, who used to prepare the food for Mahendra. And he was a very dedicated cook. He was a very dedicated kind of servant for Mahendra, because without any kind of complaint, he used to follow Mahendra wherever he was posted. He had never complained that why we have been posted again, we have to shift. So there was no complaint from Ishwaran's side. So he used to just know wherever his master is going, he had to go with his master. He cooked at night, so basically, as because he's a cook, so he had to cook for his master. And not only apart from cooking, he used to wash his clothes and he used to chat with him. He used to talk a lot. Means lot means it's really a lot of talker. That word made him a storyteller. Okay. And he would weave out endless stories and anecdotes on varied subjects. So this is the quality of Ishwaran. Ishwaran here in the very title you can see Ishwaran the storyteller. His identity is a storyteller instead of a cook, but his profession was a cook. But here the writer is mentioning that Ishwaran was a storyteller. So that was his basic quality. The way he used to tell stories. Okay, that used to mesmerize, that used to fascinate everyone, especially Mahendra. So he is an unforgettable, he is a very important asset in Mahendra's life, because he would just create story. Weave out story means what? Create story and anecdotes and like reference to stories or making out stories, okay, in such a way on not only just a particular subject. He would just go on with different types of subject. It can be horror, it can be suspense, it can be humor, it can be science fiction, it can be something imaginary, anything. So he had like he had the expertise on different subjects. He could make stories on different subjects. Ishwaran also had an amazing capacity to produce vegetables and cooking ingredients seemingly not out of nowhere in the middle of a desolate landscape with no shops visible for miles around. He would miraculously conjure up the most delicious dishes made with fresh vegetables within an hour of arriving at the zinc sheet shelter at the new workplace. So, Ishwaran also had another amazing talent. What was his other amazing talent? That is to produce vegetables. Somehow he was able to bring out the vegetable. Wherever Mahendra was posted, even when Mahendra was posted in a place where there is no market, miles around there is no market, there is no vegetable market. But surprisingly, it was a very strange talent of Ishwaran. He would somehow arrange vegetables out of nowhere. How he used to do that, Mahendra wondered. It's a kind of mystery for him. So he will just create vegetables, and not only that, he would miraculously conjure up the most delicious dishes made with fresh vegetable. Not only vegetables, along with vegetable, he will create recipes that are wonderful, wonderful recipes with fresh vegetable. The vegetables are fresh. Okay, in the middle of nowhere he is able to conjure vegetables, and the vegetables are fresh. And not only that, he is making that delicious dishes out of those fresh vegetables. Mahendra would be up early in the morning and leave for work after breakfast, carrying some prepared food with him. Meanwhile, Ishwaran would tidy up the shed, wash the clothes, and have a leisurely bath, pouring several buckets of water over his head, muttering a prayer all the while. It would be lunchtime by then. After eating, he would read for a while before dozing off. The book was usually some popular Tamil thriller running to hundreds of pages. Its imaginative description and narrative flourishes would hold Ishwaran in thrall. So Mahendra's daily activity, what he used to do, Mahendra would just wake up early as usual. Every morning he had to wake up early because he had to go for work. So before going work, he would take the breakfast. He would carry the tiffin, which would be prepared by his cook. And Ishwaran, meanwhile, he will, after Mahendra has left for his work, Ishwaran, he will just manage the home just like a housewife, just like a wife in home. Ishwaran will do all those activities of a wife. He will organize the entire house, he will clean, he will wash everything. Okay, after that, he will go for his own bath. He will take a very leisurely bath. His bathing episode is very nice. Okay, he would be pouring buckets and buckets of water on his head, and after that he will do some pujas, he will do some prayers on the while. Then it will be lunchtime and he will have some food which he only cooked, so he will have some food. After eating the lunch, he will sit for he will lay for a small nap, a small sleep, a small afternoon sleep. And after his afternoon sleep, he will sit with his books. What kind of books? Tamil thriller books. So interesting stories, kind of inspiring, not inspiring, it's kind of exciting stories, exciting stories. He will be keep reading the books. Okay, the thriller books, popular Tamil thriller books, hundreds of pages. Its imaginative description and narrative flourishes would hold Ishwaran in thrall. So he would be completely drowned into reading such a book. He will be completely lost into reading the book, which was kind of exciting and amazing with the imaginative description of the plots of the scenes. Okay, he will just get drowned in that story for a while. Okay. So his own descriptions were greatly influenced by the Tamil authors that he read. When he was narrating even the smallest of incidents, he would try to work in suspense and surprise ending into the account. For example, instead of saying that he had come across an uprooted tree on the highway, he would say with eyebrows suitably arched and hands held out in a dramatic gesture, "The road was deserted and I was all alone. Suddenly, I spotted something that looked like an enormous bushy beast lying sprawled across the road. I was half inclined to turn and go back, But as I came closer, I saw that it was a fallen tree with its dry branches spread out. Mahendra would stretch himself back in his canvas chair and listen to Ishwaran's tales uncritically. Now, the next amazing talent that Mahendra had, that is his storytelling. Okay, apart from all other talents, the most important talent was the way he would narrate a very simple thing. A very simple thing, like as because he was very greatly influenced with the Tamil authors that he used to read after his lunch time and after his nap, he would try to create that surprise and that suspense and surprising ending, suspense and surprising ending to whatever he is telling, whatever story he is creating. He would narrate the story, building suspense in the environment. Okay, for example, here the author is telling that, for example, if we are supposed to say that we had seen one big tree uprooted and laying beside the road, a very simple fact, a tree has been uprooted and it is laying beside the road, we can say it very simply as that. But if I am if I am Ishwaran, then how I would come to narrate that part, how I would state that fact, I will create a suspense environment. So here the technique, here is the way how Ishwaran would say a very simple thing. Okay, that is his talent. He would say the road was deserted. At first he will say the road where I was walking, it was a deserted road and I was all alone. So I was all alone walking through a deserted road. He will create the scene like this. Then suddenly something happened. So when the reader is listening to such a way of talking, the reader will be enthralled, he will be captivated with that kind of story making. Okay, he will be thinking, oh my god, what he saw, he was going all alone, what he saw. So suddenly what he saw, I spotted something that looked like an enormous bushy beast. Okay, he saw something like a huge, okay, enormous means huge and bushy means kind of hairy, a big beast, a big animal like a creature, very big giant, a kind of demon. Okay, something like a demon, like a hairy demon, very big, very huge, lying beside the road. I suddenly felt like that. Okay, I was half inclined to turn and go back. I thought not to proceed. I thought to turn and go back to where I came from. I thought at that time first. But as I came closer, I saw it was a fallen tree. But I took courage and I went ahead. And I went ahead and I saw it was a fallen tree. And the branches were spread all around as if it was looking like a hairy beast. So this is a very nice, very cute way of capturing the attention of the readers, capturing the attention of the listeners. Okay, and making them completely captivated for that particular simple moment. So the thing that we can normally state that a tree was laying beside the road, this simple thing, Ishwaran, if it comes to Ishwaran, he will add on suspense, he would add on elements which will make it much more interesting, much more appealing to listen. Okay, and for Mahendra enjoyed this fact. Mahendra never questioned Ishwaran like, what, you are telling something hilarious, how can you tell a simple thing like that? He would never criticize him, he will never judge him, he will just enjoy listening to the way Ishwaran would tell the story. And he will just sit back in his chair, he will be in a relaxed mood and he will be just taking on the entertainment by Ishwaran. Okay, so this class will be till here. We will continue the story in our next class. Okay, so till then, read the story once again and try to feel the story, try to enjoy the story. As I am making the explanation, you also read once again and just go on. And after I finish the chapter, when I am giving the question answer, you can write to me, you can ask me the questions in that BMS website chat box. You can just type there and you can ask if there is any kind of query related to this chapter. Okay, till then, bye.